everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing how I got here where I'm at. About to start nursing school at age 29, and the reason why I mentioned my age is because I'm sure there was a lot of people out there just like myself that was very insecure starting a new career at a later age in life. I felt, mind you, when I decided that I wanted to, okay, that's it, this is what I want to do, I was 27, and I remember thinking to myself, am I too old to start a new career? But I have met a lot of people down the line, and I have spoken to a lot of people, that have changed their careers several times. Like, they've become doctors and then lawyers, or lawyers and then doctors, and what, etc. X, Y, and Z, and age is nothing but a number. And I just want to make that very clear. I finally got over that insecurity, and I went and moved forward with wanting to go back to school. Originally, when I graduated high school, I come from a home where it was, my parents really focused on us going to school, worried about school, do only school, and then as soon as you graduate high school, go straight into college, and you don't have to work or worry about anything. Just solely focus on getting your degree and working once you're said and done. So especially with me, with the medical condition that I had, my parents really didn't want me to have any other stress additional to school. So when I graduated high school, I went straight into architecture. I did that for 2 years, and but I was always sick. I was constantly in and out of the hospital. I mentioned in my previous video that I do have multiple sclerosis, so it kind of, I got diagnosed at 18. It became full-blown, it flared up when I was in college. So me being under the stress of being in college, and just all these floor plans that I had to do, and just all the stuff that I had to do on a very short time period, really got me sick. So I started to fail a lot of classes. I started to drop classes. I started, then I got treatment. I got super depressed, went through depression. Long story short, I didn't give up on school. I never gave up on school, but I just couldn't do architecture anymore. I had a very one-on-one conversation with one of my professors, which he had worked very close with my father. He does general contracting, so he had already done a few projects with my father, so he knew my father. And he personally told me, listen, if you have an autoimmune and stress is what triggers your condition, I really don't, recommend this career for you. And, that was kind of like a reality check for me at the time. So I decided to change careers. I went into teaching, but before I decided to go for teaching, I did look into transferring over to nursing. And I remember at the school that I was currently at, which was Miami-Dade College, they have a nursing program. I didn't get accepted. I didn't have the GPA. I didn't have the requirements they needed. And obviously, since I'm with them, I'm with Miami-Dade College, they're obviously seeing my transcript. They're seeing that I'm dropping and failing. They just didn't think I was a good candidate. So I didn't get accepted. That was the crush to my dream. Like, I said, you know what? I guess it's not meant to be. Let me look for something else, and then that's how I landed teaching. But obviously I got very sick with teaching, so it just wasn't it. Then I went into I became a receptionist, and with the pandemic, things kind of changed. I remember my husband and I thinking and talking to ourselves, this is what we want to do. We want to be in the front line, and in our job, because we worked for a rheumatology office, we do see patients with autoimmune, and I'm talking about Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis, lupus, arthritis, you name it. So we were considered, essential workers. So we didn't stop working during the pandemic. We did have a month, I believe in April, where things got kind of like crazy last year, that, we didn't work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. We worked the schedule, so a few of us came into the office 2 times a week, etc. So we had more times in our hands to kind of think and just kind of reflect on what we wanted to do with our lives, And I remember my husband and I sitting outside on our porch talking about going into nursing school. And so we said, you know what, let's go for it. Like, we don't lose nothing, you know, especially that we were hearing that the demands for nursing or nurses in general very high. We said, this is the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to go into nursing school. Let's do it. So we looked into a few colleges. We looked at Broward College. The waiting list was huge, and you had to do it full time, 4 years. And it was during the day, so it wasn't convenient for us because we wanted to obviously go to work and go to nursing school. So we didn't go with that. We weren't gonna get the waiting list was too big, and then we decided to go with, maybe let's go through a private school. You know, let's go that route. At this point, we just want to get our degree. We want to do what we want to do and just further our education. And you know, we looked into a few other colleges. We looked into Chamberlain College of Nursing. We looked into Arizona College of Nursing, and then finally we ended up with Galen College of Nursing. And honestly, it has been a ride, because we didn't get accepted. I didn't get accepted into, well, Arizona. I just personally, maybe I would have gotten accepted had I tried, but I just didn't like the reviews. I wasn't too fond of their school. I called them, I spoke to them, I wasn't convinced. So I applied to Chamberlain. Chamberlain did not take my application. They denied my application. So I was very discouraged, you know, obviously, like, you know, losing my, you know, not getting into Broward, not getting into Miami-Dade, now not being able to get into Chamberlain. I was very upset, you know. I was like very discouraged. It just seemed like a dead end to me. But you know what? I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in God's time. So I said, you know what, God, I'm not gonna, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna drop this dream. I'm not gonna do what I did when I was 21 and just said, oh, okay, it's not for me. No, this time I'm gonna make it happen somehow, some way. So I applied to Galen, and thank God I went ahead and I went through all the requirements. I passed the requirements. They received my transcripts, and I start next week. I'm so excited. Like, you guys have no idea. And let me tell you something. The community on Facebook, like if you go to the groups, like nursing groups, or, you know, just any group on Facebook that's, you know, nursing related, let me tell you, they are so helpful. Any questions you have, any doubt that you may have, anything you may have, they answer your questions. They give you the security that you need, in the sense that, am I doing this right? Is this, like, for example, I had a situation where I was like, is this something that happens often? Like, you know, the process, does it take this long? Questions like that you obviously can't find on Google, you know. So you pretty much go based off other people's experience, and you kind of just make it your own. But honestly, Facebook groups for me has been extremely helpful. Even now, through my whole, you know, starting nursing school, for sure I'm gonna continue using Facebook groups, because you know, in those groups you have, you know, students that are going into nursing, already in nursing, and graduated nursing. So you have all sorts of knowledge and advice to be out there. And you know, honestly, I really encourage each and every one of you, if you're doubtful of going to nursing school because of your age, do not stop. Do not let that stop you. But by the time I graduate, I'm going to be 32 years old. And you know what? I'm still going to be 32, whether I go to nursing school or not. So honestly, I might as well just be 32 and be a nurse. Obviously, now that I'm going into nursing school, I do want to pursue a further education in nursing. But I just want to go ahead and get my BSN first, and then we'll go from there. But I just want to share my experience with you guys, and I really hope that you guys follow along. And if you happen to have the same experiences as myself, just know, don't give up. If you really want it, you'll get it. Somehow, some way, you'll get it. And remember, it's all in God's time, not your time. And if you don't believe, it's okay. I understand. You know, everybody's different. Just know that whether you believe or not, everything happens for a reason, and it happens when it's supposed to happen. That's how I feel, and that's how I see it. And it wasn't meant for me to start nursing school when I was 21. It's meant for me to start nursing school at 29. So I really hope you guys enjoy my videos. I'm gonna be posting every other day or so, hopefully. Let's see how nursing school goes. Oh, I'm also a stay-at-home mom now because I left my job. It was too stressful. I got really sick, again, due to multiple sclerosis. Last year, I lost my ability to speak. I lost some senses in my hands and my feet. So honestly, this year came around and I said, you know what, I can't do work in school anymore. And thank God we're able to do both. You know, I'm able to go to school without having to go to work. And I give thanks to God because of that, you know, for that. So, but listen, my husband's gonna do nursing school and he's gonna go to work, so it's doable. You know, everybody's situation's different. My situation just happens to be what it is. But I hope you guys enjoy and subscribe, and you guys really come back and watch my videos. This takes a lot out of me to do because I have been pursuing YouTube for so long. I just feel like I have so much to share. But I've always been so like nervous and shy, but here we are. I hope you guys like it and you guys keep watching. Bye.